All right, it's time for some love in the morning. Arguments are often unavoidable in relationships, and for some couples, how they resolve it can take many forms. Not everyone is always thrilled with how their significant other might try to make amends.
Interesting. All right, joining us now on the couch to look into this issue is certified relationship and marriage coach Jennifer Blank-Cool. Good morning.
Good morning, Elaine Travis. Awesome to be here.
This is fascinating. I think a lot of people.
Interesting argument.
It is. I think a lot of people can relate to this. Okay, the question from Anonymous says, quote, I don't like when my husband tries to hug me after we argue. He thinks he can just smooth things over with a hug and leave everything stuffed under the rug. Then we end up fighting more after this happens. What do I do?
Oh, this is good. My first question is, what's the nature of the hug? Is it a true, even if you're not in the emotional state to receive it, if you ask yourself the question, is it a true, authentic hug? Like, is he really wanting to hug you?
Embrace?
Or is he being
forceful? Or are
forceful?
we talking just like a little side hug?
Just like,
hey,
I got you,
good
babe.
talk, good talk.
Yeah.
Move along.
Right. So really, and step outside of your current emotional state.
Yeah.
Because that's where a lot of the data is. And also how you interpret the hug, how you define the hug and how you narrate the hug is everything in this situation. It's going to dictate how you respond. So, okay, back to, is it an authentic attempt, even if you don't like it, on his part to hug it out, to hug you in that moment? Or is he being forceful? I hate to go on this side, but I got to cover this, in a toxic scenario, if it's an inescapable hug, okay, that's abuse. I'd like to lean more towards the benefit of the doubt here, thinking that it's not a toxic scenario. He's not trying to put you in a grip lock and make you not escape. So this is your guy. I want to assume, for the sake of this question answering, that he's moving in for a hug, yet it sounds like you want the conversation. So I want to lean into the power of the hug. Okay, and stick with me here. Men are conditioned to hold back their emotions.
Sure.
So if you've got a guy that loves you and he's moving in for a genuine hug, even when you don't want it, that can be a true sign of his true love for you. Okay, now I'm not brushing over what you need here, but choosing to withhold receiving that hug is choosing power over connection in that moment, and that will never serve you in your love connection. Okay. Also, in that moment, I want to say choose the power of the hug, because hugs are so powerful. They reduce cortisol, our stress hormone. They increase oxytocin, our bonding hormone. And they can, if you worry about him trying to smooth things over, okay, that's part of your narrative about how you're defining the hug. Yeah. What if you adopted the narrative, he might be trying to smooth over the stress of the argument, okay? So I know there might be people out there that are like, wait a second, Jen. Okay, this isn't answering my question or getting my needs met. Moving into a loving gesture when it is done authentically, even when you don't want it, can definitely shift the emotional state of both people.
It can diffuse the situation.
It can diffuse the situation dramatically and put you in a situation emotionally to really be able to progress forward in a whole new way.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but I'm ready for what you're going to say.
Well, I was saying, I think a key in what I'm listening, and just to make sure that we're covering all sides of this, the potential of this question is that what if the hug is then not authentic? What if it's just like just come here, babe. Like, I just want to, I just want this to be over.
What if it's can we please move on?
Look, love this. Okay, love this. That's not cool. Yeah. That's leaning more in towards the toxic side of an argument.
Yeah.
Don't do that. I think that our gut instinct can tell, and I think that has to be part of our reaction that we tune into. That's where we really need to step up our communication game with our partner. Hey, I see that you're trying to hug me, but I really need ABC in this moment. Or what do you want me to do with your hug? Questions that are genuine from you about his nature of the hug will also open up more information and more data and more insight for you to see what's going on.
Yeah, what are some ways to maybe start that conversation? Because speaking as a yapper myself, right? I want to talk about it, right?
Yes,
If there's something
yes.
that's bothering me, I want to sit down, I want to talk it through, and I have a hard time dropping the conversation if I feel like
100%.
I'm not being heard or we're trying to just move on.
100%.
So when and where could she have that conversation? Because clearly he's not receptive in the moment that he's trying to give the hug if he's trying to get out of it.
Absolutely. That's a great question. And I would love to suggest asking him, maybe first stating, I'm struggling right now with this hug.
Yeah.
And then asking the powerful question of, what would you like as a result from this hug? What do you want to happen from this hug? What do you want to happen between you and me from this hug? That will probably stunt him a little bit.
Yeah,
I'd like
puts
to
it back
assume.
on him.
Yeah, but it's also probably a very unexpected question in that moment.
Yeah.
It sounds like if he's got this pattern, maybe you have a pattern of how you react, and he's just expecting that. So don't be alarmed if you totally throw him for a loop and he's like, huh? That would be typical.
Yeah.
But asking in a loving way. This is also important when we ask in a critical, contemptuous way, like, what the hell are you doing? Why are
do you
trying
want here?
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's only gonna make him more defensive.
Sure.
He's going to get more pissed off. He's going to let go of his attempt, whether it's authentic or not, to engage in a gesture that's connection. But yeah, it's not cool when it's not authentic. That's
Yeah.
very manipulative, and that is that's a deterrent to the connection. That on that sense, that can also be choosing power over connection with a manipulative hug.
Well, I like putting it back in a question, though. What do you want to get out of this? Because then
Yeah.
you can say, like, I know that's what you want. I know you want me to be in a good mood, but I'm not going to feel like I can be in a good mood unless we do ABC.
Yeah,
It's a
because
way to kind
maybe
of have that talk.
Because maybe from that question and that answer can come, hey, I know you probably don't like this hug, but I want us to calm down.
Sure.
And I don't want us to go into this conversation all jacked up. I mean, see what he says.
Yeah,
But
hear him out.
asking questions in these moments is everything. When we make statements or we define in our head, oh, he doesn't really mean it, when he really does, I'm saying. He's just trying to smooth things over. That's going to get us in trouble. So
Okay, so
ask questions, don't define the
less,
Interesting.
Yeah.
less yapping, more asking. I got these were notes these are for me. Got it.
What a great question,
It
though. I really
was,
appreciate
yeah.
this. Thanks for sending that in.
Jennifer,
thanks for the
thank you.
advice,
Yeah,
Jen.
thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
And if you have a question for Coach Jen, send us a message right now on the Coin News AM Extra Facebook or Instagram pages. Your question may be answered right here on